Hi and welcome back to another thrift flip video. I have a thrifted item that is vintage and I think it turned out super cute, so stay tuned to the end to see how it turned out. I found this vintage magazine rack at the DI or Desert Industry, here in Utah, probably 2 years ago, and I still haven't done anything with it. And this one says it's made in Taiwan, which was pretty old, and so I'm thinking around 60s maybe. So I hate to paint it, but I think I can make it look super cute. And I have a great idea that I found on Pinterest, so I thought I'd try this idea for myself and put my own spin on it and make it to match my kitchen. So I'm just going to start off by taking it completely apart and just making sure, I remember how to put it back and just taking each piece off. And those little knobs are just like screwed on, so I'm just taking each of those off. And of course I do wipe down or wash everything that I get at the thrift store before I store in my storage room, but it had quite a bit of dust, and plus when you're painting you want to make sure you're dealing with a clean surface. So I have this Waverly plaster colored chalk paint, and I kind of went back and forth with white, this color, or like a cream color for my kitchen, but I settled for the plaster color. I ended up giving it 2 full coats on each piece just because that wood was showing through, as you can see here on the side piece there. And so in order to get good coverage, I had to have 2 good coats. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do like I do my wooden beads for the knobs, to put them in a bag of the chalk paint and just rub them around that way. But after I thought about it, it's a little different with the shape of them because they're not all round, and so it was a little bit more difficult, but it still turned out pretty good. I mean, I didn't end up having to do 2 coats on it, which was nice, and then they were already kind of distressed, so I didn't have to do much distressing afterwards. So I ended up having to use a paintbrush to kind of smooth it out because it was like clumps of the paint everywhere on it, and it was going to dry funny, so I had to kind of smooth it out. So now I'm doing my tissue paper technique that I learned, and I'll have that linked up above of how I have done it before. And I'm using an iron on low. I love this iron, it's so cool. But it's just a piece of tissue paper and you tape it to a printer piece of paper. But I wanted to make sure there were no wrinkles in the tissue paper before I put it in my printer. Then I'm just taping the the sides on each side so that when it goes into the printer it stays in place. I used a laser jet printer for my picture, but if you use a desk jet, you want to make sure that it's fully dried before you use the photo, and if it's color. Mine is black and white, so that's why I just went ahead and used my laser jet, plus it's easier for me to print on. So I took this picture from the internet and I changed the cents part to the year that my husband and I got married. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then you just want to cut the tissue paper around, leave a tiny bit around the edge of the photo, because you won't be able to see it on the white, but if you are doing any other color, I would probably get as close as you can to the picture itself. So now I'm sanding down that chalk paint so that it's smooth and wiping it off, and now just getting my matte Mod Podge and putting that on the back side of my picture. You will want to just give it a good coat, but not too thick. So you want it to be an even, thin coat on the back end of it, and try to get all the way around. And then just turn it over and try to get it as even as you can on your project, and make sure that it's as straight as you can get it. And I think I did pretty good. And I'm just kind of smoothing it out before I put more on top to get the bubbles out. And here there was some creases, so I just wanted to be careful not to have creases in it. And I'm just making sure my brush is wet at the same time, but at first you want to just kind of smooth it out. So now I'm putting another thin coat all the way around the edges, making sure those are down and on top of it, and just barely out, maybe not even a quarter of an inch around the actual picture. And here you can see how cute it looks. It's like it was printed onto the wood. It looks so cool. And there's the since 1983. That's our year that we got married. So now I am just going to distress all the way around all the edges. I did a little bit in the centers as well, but not too much. I didn't want to scrape off that picture that I just put on. And also I didn't want it to look too worn out. And I just wiped everything down to make sure that no residue was on it. I did the inside as well of each piece so that it would be cohesive and look the same all the way around. I left the bottom unpainted because I liked the fact that it said made in Taiwan. I don't know why. I'm just goofy that way, I guess. So even though the knobs were looking distressed anyway, I still distressed them. And now I'm going to start putting it together again. It's going to look so cute. You're gonna love it. So just making sure that everything's lined up right, and just start putting all of the little knobs back on and putting every little piece back together. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit trying to get that all to stay together. See how cute it already looks? It's all put together and ready to go, except now I want to put a clear coat on. So we're going to use some polyacrylic, and I only gave it one coat, and we want to use polyacrylic, or you could have even used Mod Podge over the whole piece to protect that chalk paint, just because it will rub off, or if you get it wet it will just wash off. So we want to protect our crafts as we do them, especially in the kitchen. We want to be able to wipe it down if we need to. So I hope that you'll like this, and I'll show you at the end how it turned out. Okay, so here it is. Tell me what you think. I hope that you enjoyed my video, and I hope that you enjoyed my project. And I love how it sits between the two cabinets here, so it's readily available for me to just grab the cookie sheet when I need, or a pan, so that I don't have to sit and dig for it in my drawers or the cabinets. You can sit it on a counter, you can sit it on a table. It can be picked up and moved anywhere that you want if you're going to be cooking a lot. I just love the whole idea of it, and I hope that you enjoyed it. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of thrift flip videos as well as thrift with me videos, and I hope that you will come back next week because I have a Valentine's Day video ready for you. So please come back and share my videos, and I hope that you will like my video. It helps me out a lot. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.